How are you? It's the show you didn't know you need till you had it. Sunday Bloody Sunday. How are you? Matt Barrie here on the ESPN College Football YouTube channels. We've done now, I believe, for 13 weeks. We have come on here on Sunday morning. We have yelled, we have talked, we have laughed, and we have discussed college football the Sunday morning after with our favorite Sunday morning cocktail, a Bloody Mary. I kicked up the spice this week on mine. I'm battling a little bit of a cold. 12 consecutive weeks of travel, long nights, long days. It'll eventually catch up with you. So I went extra spice, extra pepperoncinis, extra sriracha, maybe to clear my sinuses a little bit after what's been a fun journey thus far in college football. I'm going to start in Columbia with a cheers to Shane Beamer, a cheers to Spencer Rattler, and a cheers to all my friends out there in South Carolina with the win 63-38 over Tennessee, basically knocking the Volunteers out of the college football playoff. Here's why it was so unexpected, because Tennessee was rolling. They had the loss to Georgia. Following week, they come back and hang 66 against Missouri. South Carolina loses to Missouri, couldn't score any points. Hadn't really been able to score points all year. I think they were averaging just over 28 points a game in their 3 games against winning teams with winning records. I think they were 12, 13, some number there. So there was really nothing that indicated that they were going to be able to put it all together against a Tennessee team that still had something to prove to get into the college football playoff. 63-38. Spencer Rattler, 6 touchdown passes, career high. He came in with just 8 touchdown passes the entire season. And a lot of people in Columbia started wondering, well, is this the guy? We got him from Oklahoma. Austin Stogner came with him. Everybody was excited about it. Was he going to be the guy that got this thing going again? And the answer to this point was no. And then last night, as dominant as they were from start to finish, there was nothing that indicated that they'd be able to score 20 points, much less 63. And so what this does now, this is a 2-part conversation with this game of how good it was. Part 1, Tennessee had everything going for them. And the schedule lined up perfectly. After the Georgia loss, their lone loss of the season, as I had mentioned, they played Missouri. They had South Carolina. They had Vanderbilt. You're thinking, get those 3 wins, 11-1, get in the clubhouse and let everything in front of you fall back. You're in the college football playoff. That's gone now. Hendon Hooker, we all hope, he's had such a good season. We hope his injury is not too serious. But now Josh Heupel is going to really be in build mode with this program. And I know what you think. Well, what do you mean build mode, Matt? They've had a great season. Yeah, they have, but they've had a great season based on the roster that's in front of them with Hendon Hooker, Jalen Hyatt, Cedric Tillman, Broom McCoy. They have that roster right now. A lot of that's going to depart. And so when you're building a program, when you're building a team, it's what you do after that breakout season that constitutes whether or not you've built a program. And that's where Josh Heupel is. They're going to get a good bowl game. They're going to get a New Year's bowl game. They're going to have not necessarily New Year's 6, although they could, but they're going to get a marquee game. So how do you take that on the recruiting trail? How do you take that and sell recruits across the country, guys in the portal, that Tennessee is back and they're going to be one of the teams you contend with in the SEC East? Because we get so focused on the right here, right now, and we should. But it's not necessarily always about the right here, right now, long term. Are you planting the seeds now they're going to bear fruit in 2-3 years for Josh Heupel in Tennessee? Because this season has been so good. It has been so good to hear Rocky Top again and see Tennessee back in the national consciousness, not only in the SEC East, but in the college football playoff picture. I really wonder now where they go from this season, and Tennessee is going to be a fun one to watch as we now build on what Josh Heupel has done through the first couple of years. Conversely, Shane Beamer, he's in year 2. And you've got to start saying, okay, this was my signature win. They've got Clemson next week in Death Valley. That's a tough one. That's a tough rivalry. Those 2 teams don't like each other. This gives them confidence. I mean, they want to go to Clemson now based on what just happened yesterday. And so, look, it's going to be a tough one for them. Even if Shane Beamer goes 7-5, I think they look at a couple of games this season with some losses that they had that weren't great. But now you start to see him plant those seeds. They're going to build the program up and running. And this SEC East is going to be a fun one.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.